Around like a chick with my head cut off the last couple of days. I'm pretty tired, but it's fun. It's what I love to do, and helps me with wrestling. I think.
What's it like being on the other side with the whistle?
It opens your eyes a lot. I don't complain about calls nearly as much anymore. It's a hard job, and not everyone can do it. People complain a lot about officials, and if it's so easy, everyone would do it. It's pretty cliche to say, but it's tough. There's a lot more pressure on you than you expect. No ref is out there trying to, pull one over on any individual wrestler. I think that's what coaches confuse that a little bit sometimes, and they want the better wrestler to win, and they're trying to do the best job they can.
Well, we applaud you for doing
Appreciate it.
all of that. And we will get underway here. Requena and Pinson. Requena will be in the red, Pinson in the blue. And Pinson's working the 2-on-1 here. Looks like Requena's coming over the top.
Pinson's trying to get to a front headlock position there, trying to get a 2-on-1 underneath there. Requena's going to drive her out for 1 point on the push out. 19 seconds gone. Pinson trying to get back to that 2-on-1. Requena gets out of the tie, gets back to the open. Another young official, Dalton Hallbig, on the mat. Pretty good friend of mine. His dad is a pretty high-ranking official, Ken Hallbig.
Well, there you go. We're a minute down here. Only points on that push out. And she's really working that 2-on-1, Pinson is.
Pinson's still trying to get to that Russian tie, 2-on-1.
Yeah, she keeps going back to that. What's she got to do to finish this? I mean, seems like she's not able to close that space, but they're
going to call red for passive. Understandably, she's blocking off, not letting her get into that 2-on-1. Pinson needs to get better head position, I guess, to work some offense from there. Requena keeps burying her head. They're going to probably hit her with passivity again pretty soon if she doesn't try to get forehead to forehead in that position. Georgia fans starting to get behind him with Pinson a little bit. You're going to give another push out for Requena, make the score 2-0.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to be careful on the edge there. I mean, Pinson she's been controlling the pace of the match, putting the pressure on, driving forward, just gets reversed right there at the edge of the mat. I think she's starting to get a little frustrated. We will wind down the first period. Only score on push-outs, no takedowns yet. What are your takeaways from the first period?
Pinson's really controlling the match a little bit more, pushing the pace. Requena's, ever since he got that first push out early on, has just kind of tried to block off, bury her head a little bit, and prevent Pinson from scoring. Both of her push outs were off Pinson's offense. So she needs to maybe readjust a little bit, start working her offense a little bit more, work on that 2-on-1, and work to score. 2-point takedown will put her in the lead since Requena only has 2 push-out points. So
that is true. We don't go to overtime, so if it ends up tied, it goes to criteria. All right, they'll come back to the center.
Women's wrestling is growing at the college level, and you're going to take that route and wrestle at Oklahoma City University. Talk about women's wrestling in college and why you chose to go to OCU.
Requena starts burying her head again, still trying to block off and prevent Pinson from getting that Russian tie. Pinson's going to circle out. Requena's trying to get a Russian tie of her own.
A little mistake to go with the tech ball in the finals, but here's our champion from Colorado now the second. Multiple times.
Yeah, Requena's really, she's just staying on the wrist, countering that 2-on-1 with a 2-on-1 of her own.
Pinson defending that well, pulling on yellow, circling out, getting back to the open.
I think Requena's coming out with a little more fire in the second period than she was.
Pushing the pace a little bit more.
Right.
Down to her front headlock position. Requena on top. She's going to spin behind. No two yet. Now she's going to get it.
4-0 now your score. 1:53 on the clock. Doesn't appear to get anything going on top.
Minute 48 to go. Score is 4-0.
But that's the thing here. It's just a takedown and a gut away. Halfway down in the second.
Pinson's going to attack the leg. Front headlock position of her own.
She's trying to charge in there, but Requena is holding on to that. Looks like she's in a high C position now.
Lock up on that crotch lock. Cross face attempt. Requena's holding on to that leg pretty tight, going towards the edge. Call it back to the center. Stalemate.
Not sure why he stopped it there.
The Blues working to score. Could have kept it going a little bit longer.
Yeah, it looked like she
bounds.
almost had a power half there. She could have got a 2 going out, but we come back to our feet. Under a minute now. This is where Pinson really needs to turn it up.
She's trying to pick up her aggression a little bit more.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Requena in the shot clock here. She already has 1 warning.
Circling away, avoiding contact. There we go. Asking for the passivity warning. We're going to stop the match here. Requena's going to go on to the 30-second shot clock. It's part of the new rules put in by FILA. There's only 31 seconds left on the board, so for most of the remaining part of the match, Requena is going to have to score, or else she gives up a point. At this point, she's already up by 4.
Actually, you know, I think they gave her a caution instead of a passivity call.
Possibly for fleeing the hold.
For fleeing the hold, yeah.
Again, she was winning. A lot of officials clinics this year, they're talking about that. 5 seconds left.
So Vicmarie Requena for Puerto Rico is your champ at 112. You mentioned the new, or that little nuance there between the caution and the passivity calls. What's the discussion like since you're in the room?
Between fleeing the hold and caution?
Right.
The way they see it is that what they're really trying to do is establish a winner earlier on in the match. The way the refs see it is if they have a clear-cut winner, why should we punish someone for winning 7-2 or 7-0, whatever it is? Obviously, they've pushed the pace the entire match and worked to score points. Why are we going to punish them now for passivity when they've been the active wrestler the majority of the match? So the way they kind of deviate away from that is by calling a fleeing the hold. Rather than being passive, they're